Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Hope you're having a great start to your Thursday morning. Here to give you an update on this winter storm that's going to impact areas of the Southeast, the Mid-Atlantic, and places like that. So we're here to give you the latest and greatest information. I want to mention before we get deep into this video that things could change throughout the day. This is an ever-changing situation. Things could trend better. When I say better, that means if you're a winter weather fan, then you want the trend better. If you're not, then obviously you don't want anything, right? So things could trend one way, things could trend the other. So if you're watching this and it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, things might be different than what you're seeing here. So keep that in mind here. But if you guys have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, like the video if you like it. The last 2 weeks have been extremely busy, and I've been trying to work my butt off to keep you guys updated. It's been a fun ride, but we're coming up to this event, so definitely stay tuned here and hit the subscribe button for me, like the video if you like it, and I appreciate y'all support. I really do. But here in these purple area right here, these right here were areas that had winter storm watches. They've been upgraded to a winter weather advisory. You got winter weather advisories down here too for pretty much a glaze of ice is potentially going to be the case for areas in southern Louisiana and Mississippi and things like that. But these did not get upgraded to a warning, and it's obvious why, right? When we talked last night, I was talking to you about how things were trending a little bit away from wintry weather. We'll watch to see how things change throughout the day. This area shaded of blue right here, that's still winter storm watches. These could get upgraded to warnings. You're a little bit further south, and there's enough cold air even for you folks down here where y'all could get winter storm warning criteria, which the criteria down there is a little bit lower. These deep purple colors right here, that's ice storm warnings. And then the pink colors are winter storm warnings. So figure out what county you're on the map. If you don't know, guys, you really need to know that. You really do. But this is ice storm warnings. This is including Horry County, which is where Myrtle Beach is, Wilmington. And this is where it could get the real dangerous part of this storm. Now, for my people in central South Carolina, the Piedmont, North Carolina, do not completely give up hope on this storm. Things could change. Things have ticked back a little bit better overnight. But I'm not going to try to wish cast on you guys. I'm just going to tell you what I see. So today, what we do know is as we're moving through the morning hours, the cold front's going to move over the mountains. And then watch out. You can obviously tell where the cold front is. Sometime this afternoon, early this afternoon, this evening, overnight, depending on your location in the southeast, the cold front will move through. You'll probably feel it if you're outside. If you got a nice weather station, you'll be able to make observations off that. I'm kind of excited about that, at least. And then the cold air really funnels in overnight. We're getting into Friday morning. That 32-degree line is sinking south. It's kind of a cold air damming and setting up. And then that makes any frozen precipitation fall in the form of frozen precipitation because it's below 32 degrees. So you got to watch out in these areas right here. And then it sets up for a very cold night, Friday night into Saturday morning. So I know you guys don't want to hear this. I'm not going to group all y'all into a group here and say all y'all, but I can't just show these models all the time at the beginning and not talk about what's going on here. So stick with me for a minute or two and let's talk about what creates this storm, guys. So what's making these trends trend worse or better? So you have a northern stream piece of energy, which is this piece right here. And you got a southern stream piece of energy right here. Just think of these more vibrant colors as pieces of energy. Now, I know you got all these colors in here too, but think of this as a piece of energy and this piece as a piece of energy. So I'm going to back this up one run, right? This would go to the overnight GFS run. Bang. Okay. Now, I want you to just kind of put your eyes right into here, right? I'm going to put it to the present run. Bang. You see how this little area ticked back southwest? Bang, 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 bang. Current, past, current, past, current, past, current. So this piece of energy down south is not going to budge. It's just going to do its own thing, and it's just going to keep trucking. What you need is this piece of energy to keep tugging southwest, trend a little slower, try to pick up with this piece of energy so they can phase on down the road, 12 hours down the road. That will create a bigger storm, a more strengthening low pressure. Therefore, you have more precipitation that gets thrown more westward. So areas well off the coast can get in with some fun with some winter weather. So, and I'm sorry guys, I keep speaking as in fun as in winter weather. I know some of you guys don't want any winter weather. I know ice storms are bad, and I'm hoping nobody gets an ice storm. And in fact, the ice totals have kind of trended down, but there's still areas of the coast could get some nasty ice. But Honestly, in the southeast, it's hard to avoid the ice. But so now that you know that kind of part of it, what we're doing is we're watching for a trend here today for this. I'm about to point at the screen like I can see my finger. That this piece of energy keeps digging south if you're a winter weather fan. These small scale ticks make all the difference. So let's run over the models and everything like that. Here we go. The Arctic front moves through. For you folks in North Carolina, Virginia, this could come in the form of some snow. Especially watch all the way down to Charlotte. Y'all could see some light snow as early as overnight tonight. This isn't the technical main event, but you already got snow breaking out in Charlotte. I mean, Raleigh. I would not be surprised. You know, upstate, basically the northeast areas of North Carolina. Some definitely some moisture that could fall in the form of frozen precipitation. That moves out, and then we watch a piece of energy that really develops here. Low pressure tries to develop and throw back moisture to the west, but most of it stays confined to the eastern Carolinas. And this purple sleet, the pink is freezing rain. This has trended much further south. It's almost reaching Savannah now, not quite, but freezing rain at this point. This would be Friday evening. At this point, falling in areas like Myrtle Beach near Charleston, Orangeburg, Florence, maybe more of a sleet mix. And then all out snow in areas of more northern and northeast North Carolina. You go this another time frame, we're getting deeper into overnight Friday and a Saturday. Notice just it's all snow now for most of North Carolina. And then the cold air kind of digs in, and then you have a nice snow band setting up here for the PD of South Carolina. And this is trying to make its way back into Columbia and Charlotte. In fact, you look at the 3-run trend. I'll back up 3 runs. 1, 2, 3. We'll back up 2 runs. So this is from the 18Z yesterday evening. So we'll trend it here 2 runs into the present run. 1, 2. You notice how all this ticks back west? These are good trends as we're about to get into the storm. We watched that today. We see how things change. There's models running right now that I'm not going to have an update on that could continue to make these changes and maybe grow a little bit more confidence for these areas more westward. But we'll watch this. It's going to be so cold for areas like Columbia. I think that if you can get 1 to 2 hours of light snow, it's going to make a coating on everything. So you got to watch radar trends as we get closer to this. You really do. We look at the latest Euro, and really this is probably not the latest Euro. Let's see if let's see if it's came through. Yeah, we're just not far enough on the 06Z. So the 06Z Euro is about to come out, but we'll take a look at the latest Euro on the OOZ, which, like I said, the next one's about to come out. We'll see if this expands west, and I might put a comment under this video and tell you guys if it does or not, if you guys can't see it. But here we go. We'll back it up here. Like I said, maybe a little bit of wintry precipitation overnight tonight, maybe even as early as this evening for areas of southeast Virginia and northeast North Carolina. That moves on out. And then here you go. You got the low pressure trying to develop. There's the low right here. You really want this thing right up in here if you really want a big winter storm for the Carolinas and everything like that. But freezing rain breaking out Friday afternoon across the PD of South Carolina, southeast North Carolina. And then look at it building back here. This would be falling in the form of freezing rain as we're getting later in the afternoon. As far west as the Midlands, a band of snow in the upstate. We keep going here. This quickly switches to snow for areas like the Midlands. And then, a nice band of light to moderate snow for areas of the triangle of North Carolina. And this moves through, and then the areas that suffer from this ice storm might switch to all snow. I mean, look how far south the pink's showing up. But then the storm really cranks up here. So areas of eastern North Carolina from the Euro, it looks really good, right? So I think y'all are going to get accumulating snow regardless in these areas. Y'all really do. You look at the latest NAM. The NAM was really worrying me a little earlier, but we'll see what this looks like here. As we're getting into the early morning hours of tomorrow, you got sleet and freezing rain breaking out over eastern North Carolina. And then you just have light to maybe at sometimes moderate rounds of freezing rain and sleet just over the eastern Carolinas. It keeps going. I think that the model's probably not picking up on as much moisture that might be a little further west. I really don't think it is. But you continue to watch this area of moisture that keeps surging up. I'm watching this system. I really am. I think if this is an Arctic boundary. These are low pressures right in this Arctic boundary. If this could trend a little bit more north, then this could be another round for the latter half of the weekend or the middle of the part of the weekend. But here you go. You got another area of freezing rain showing up as far south as Savannah, riding up here. The models are just still spitting out so many different solutions. You look at the latest long-range NAM. The next long-range NAM will come out very shortly. And here you go. You're getting into Friday morning, freezing rain developing over the eastern Carolinas. And then the band really starts to develop as the low pressure develops. And then a more heavier, more pronounced band of freezing rain and sleet and snow starts to develop here, and then really kind of shifts into the low country of South Carolina as you're getting into late Friday night, and then it moves on out. But like I said, watch this round right here. There's cold air still in place, plenty of it. And, you know, we'll get another run at HRRR here in about an hour or two, a long range, and we'll see if this keeps trending up and more into this cold air. Maybe another round of freezing rain. I have a feeling we might be dealing with this for a while of the weekend. Look at the Canadian model. Another Canadian model will come out here shortly, the 06Z, which I got to figure out how to get access to. The graphics aren't that well. But if you're a winter weather fan, you're definitely clinging to the Canadian model. You're getting into Friday evening. You got snow even showing up into the mountains and foothills of North Carolina. A nice band of frozen precipitation from the central areas of South Carolina all the way up through southeast Virginia. And then it really enhances and blows up here. And this has trended better from the last run. Notice this is the run prior from yesterday. This is the current run. So it looks a little bit more west to me. The Canadian model happens. This would bring a nice band of snow as far west as Charlotte and Columbia. And for the PD, this would be a pretty intense band of snow setting up. And then it moves on out, and then it's on out of here. But as far as accumulations, we'll run through this pretty quick. Still ice storm showing up down here in the Carolinas. It really is. You know, you look at snowfall totals from the latest Euro, and you know, the axis has shifted a little bit more south. Raleigh, you're on the border of a nice event, or either a moderate event. Norfolk, I really think you are going to be the epicenter of some nice snow, over a half a foot of snow, and areas, you know, getting into the PD, maybe a nice 1 to 2 inch snowfall event according to this. I want to mention, guys, I know I have not gotten to your comments in probably about 18 hours. I'm going to answer them, guys, so just stick with me, okay? The latest GFS, just like the last video I told y'all, has the ice showing a little bit further south. So that's not good news for areas who are probably a little bit less prepared for it in the low country. You look at the snowfall totals, and I'm brain farting where it is. Look at the snowfall totals from the GFS, and we'll swing through here. And notice this little notch of heavier snow showing up and all the way deep into South Carolina. You watch to see how that verifies. The models today are going to be so interesting. They really are. It's just going to be wild to see what really happens here. As far as the blend of models, this is what it's showing. This is a significant icing event for the coastal areas of South Carolina. It even shows ice into Georgia as far as snowfall totals. You know, obviously this blend of models is going to be on the conservative side, but, you know, a few inches is definitely possible, you know, at least a few inches in areas of North Carolina and things, but, you know, still a little bit showing up down here. We'll look at the ice. I just showed y'all that. So as far as the National Weather Service, this is what they're showing. Maybe a glaze back as far west as Columbia. Glaze, almost 1/10 of an inch of ice showing up in the low country of South Carolina. The PD, borderline ice storm, nasty ice showing up in areas of Myrtle Beach and Wilmington. And yeah, so watch out for this. We'll look at the snowfall totals. These are kind of weird because a lot of times National Weather Services don't necessarily agree with the snowfall totals, so it looks kind of glitchy down here. But right now they're shooting for around 3 inches in Raleigh. We'll see how these models do today. We really are. I mean, even since starting this video to the beginning, something has probably changed in one particular model. We're in the time frame of the storm where you have constant model updates. So stay tuned. Hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, and try to keep up to date with the latest. I'll have a very busy day today at work. Very, very busy because I missed yesterday and we're short-staffed, just like almost every job is. So thank you all for tuning in, and God bless all y'all.